So,
all right. Man, shout out to the great, legendary DMX. I'm dedicating this live to you, brother. Just want to let you know, I'm dedicating this live to you. What up, y'all? How y'all doing? You like the shirt? Hello, Callie, I'm in Raw. He's the one, he hooked me up, man. Callie hooked the sister up now, honey. Her shirts is dope. Oh, man, I got some things I want to talk to y'all about tonight, man. Today. Woo! But I first want to say shouts out to everybody that's on the live. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for coming on board to support me. Thanks for the people who came over from Telegram to come on the live, support me, and all my regular supporters. I appreciate y'all. I first want to say that. But I want to talk to you guys about something, some information. I constantly keep getting these downloads and these downloads and these downloads, and I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine, honey. I'm glad you guys caught it live. It's early in the morning, so I told you guys I was gonna start doing lives in the morning, right? Instead of doing them in the evening, start doing it in the morning. So I put up a picture on my Instagram and also on my Telegram, actually, and I wanted you guys to see the Black Gods. Those pictures were taken before, the Europeans got a hold of the pictures or the statues and started smacking all the noses off. Now, there's going to be some things I'm going to share with you guys that's going to dispel a lot of things that you've been told. Because there's been a lot of lies and a lot of misinformation and disinformation that's put out there just because you have certain individuals and factions that want to control the narrative as it pertains to us. And the only reason why they're controlling the narrative is because you're dealing with an individual or a group of people who still do not know who they are. Okay? That still do not know who they are. So we're going to get ahead and we're going to talk about who you really are. I suggest you start getting on the journey and finding out for yourself. And I suggest that you start going inward to start getting your answers. Okay? Some of the stuff I'm going to talk about, you're not going to find out in a book. Okay? Because they've done a very good job of desecrating the information, destroying the information, or hiding the information, or keeping the information to themselves only for a lot of people hoping that a lot of people will never find out who they are. So really that's what this is about. It's about the return of the gods. And that's literally the title of this live. It's called The Return of the Gods. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put that out there. Okay? So Cosmic Consciousness. The first show is called The Return of the Gods. And you guys get the exclusive right here. I want to let you guys know first and foremost that you are living in the old world. Okay? You are living in the old world. I told you many times that this area that we live in is the old Egypt. Okay? It is the first Egypt. It is Big Egypt. And you must understand that your DNA comes from those guys that I showed you pictures of on my Instagram. And those guys are currently returning through their children. You need to be aware of that. Okay? Now, I am to deliver a message. One, there is destruction coming for these old structures and these old systems that's been placed about. They are here and there is going to be destruction. Okay? That needs to be cleared. Also, to the women, I'm letting you know right now, and to the men, I'm letting you know right now. Your powers are coming online, and your powers are activating. For those of you guys that are getting into your, that are getting all these different downloads. Some of you guys are getting visitations. Some of you guys are getting dreams. Some of you guys are all types of stuff's going on with everybody, right? Let's talk about this stuff that's going on with y'all. You're coming online and you're returning back to who you once were. This is very important that you understand this. Okay? For those of you that are coming online and you're getting scared, some of you guys, Kundalini is activating and you're getting spooked out. Kundalini rising, it's whenever you feel a spark at the bottom of your spine and it starts raising up your back and you start feeling something going up and down your back. Okay? That's called the Kundalini rising, the Kundalini activation. Some of you guys' hearing is coming online. Some of you guys' sight is coming online, where you're seeing all different types of colors and things like that. Some of you guys can close your eyes and you can actually see things with your eyes closed. That is your pineal gland that's currently activating. Some of you guys may be feeling pressure in your mind and different parts of your brain. Here, sometimes at the top of the brain, things like that. That is you being activated. Okay? So I want to let you guys know that that's what's happening. You are being activated. The gods are coming in and they're activating you. Okay? Now, there has been a lot of disrespect from individuals that had a different agenda, which was to wipe out your entire history of who you are. That's literally impossible. That's never going to happen. But I wanted you guys to see the pictures. For those of you who are not on my Instagram, go to my Instagram page, look at the last post I put up, and take a look at the ancient Egyptian gods. And I want you guys to understand that those gods came from here first. Okay? Now, they created Little Egypt, but the only thing that they created in terms of the gods that we deal with, the only thing that they created was the pyramids, the Hall of Kings, the Sphinx. Okay? All the rest of that shit over there was actually man-made. So I'm going to go ahead and blow this shit up out the water. First of all, for any of you guys that have heard the myth that they went in to go in to restore, I'm going to let you know right now. Anubis told me to tell y'all. They don't have the capabilities of being able to restore shit. Okay? They don't have the capabilities of being able to restore anything. So let me just get this out the way. They have the ability to desecrate, but they do not have the ability to restore anything. Now, they can rebuild and they can cover. They have the ability to be able to do that. Okay? But they don't have the ability to restore that greatness that was placed there. They do have the ability to build new structures to change the narrative. And that was to make sure that we as a people would be lost. And we would think that we would have to go overseas to get all of our information. The Sphinx, the original face of the Sphinx was Isis. Okay? They have done everything in their power to try to desecrate the God, meaning the divine feminine energy. They have went around the world. The Vatican has placed a temple over top of the Sibyls, which were the black goddesses. Okay, temple. They did it in Mecca. They did the exact same thing there in various different parts of the world. So I want you guys to understand that this planet once held a matriarch society. It's always been that way. And you had certain individuals that had a different agenda where they wanted it to be patriarchy. Incorrect information. Okay? And so the divine feminine is now restoring itself and is coming down on the planet, and it's particularly coming in and activating the quote unquote black woman. And I don't like to really address you as black. I want to address you as really what you are. You are the daughters of Atlantis. You are the daughters of Lemuria. You are the daughters of Egypt. This needs to be understood. You are the goddesses that they have sought out to tear down, that they have sought out to say that you got black woman syndrome, and you got these dumbass, bait-ass niggas out here that don't know no better because they're not tapped into that side appropriately because they're out of balance. Okay? But I'm going to let you know that as long as these particular men continue to go out here and disrespect the divine feminine, they will be destroyed. That's the way it's got to go. You got to come up off the planet. You're not supposed to be here. Now, let me talk to you about this sun that we got going on out here. Because I'm going to tell y'all right now, there's a lot of sun sickness going on right now. Unbeknownst to you, the sun is turning silver. For those of you who are operating on a high vibrational frequency, if you notice, the sun is turning silver. That lets you know that the earth has definitely vibrated a much higher to a higher level as the sun continues to turn silver. Now, in certain parts of the country where the vibration is lower, you're going to notice that the sun is still orange. Pay attention. Okay? Everything that we were taught was completely a lie. It was all a lie. Now I'm going to talk about something as it pertains to the goddess Nefertiti. And I'm going to say the goddess because it needs to be addressed. Everything that they ever put out about Nefertiti is false. Completely false. Now, Was she the wife of Akhenaten? Yes, she was the wife of Akhenaten. She also was a queen in Atlantis. She was also a Phoenician queen and a queen several times throughout the many lifetimes here on Earth. She comes from a different star system. Okay? Now, you can say, without boxing her in, she is a cosmic intelligence. You can say that she's one of the cosmic mothers, but not really. You can say she's an angelic being, sort of, kind of, but not really. So we call her divine cosmic intelligence. And this particular being has came in, and she has actually incarnated or been a soul walk in through her particular bloodline from some of the other ones that have came to the earth. Okay? She's always been a royal. She's always come from a bloodline from her home planet. All right? So all the things that you guys have heard about as it pertains to Nefertiti is false. She was and still is a goddess. There is no record of her death. Okay? Just like Isis never died. How can the goddesses die? She never died. None of them have. That needs to be understood. Okay? And there's a lot of you guys on this live that probably think that you're human. I can assure you probably about a good 80% of y'all are not. And I don't want you falling into the definition of what others have told you what a human really is. Okay? Because I can really break that down and have you guys looking crazy in the face and show you some of the older definitions of the word human. And you wouldn't like it very much because it simply means creature. Okay? You got to be very careful when you're starting to use the double forked tongues, those people's tongues. When you start using their words to describe things, you got to be very careful about how you're going to talk about yourselves or how you're going to defer to yourselves. Okay? Now, that being said, the time that we're currently living in right now, because we are in the age of Aquarius, there is major shifts that are happening right now. The guys want you guys to know that a lot of these structures that you see these people put up place is going to be destroyed. Do not think for a second that it's going to just stick around, because it's not. Okay? Destruction is coming to America. And it has to. Because there are certain individuals that were given a specific time frame of when things were supposed to be released, and they have not done so. However, what I will say is there is a big movement going on amongst the indigenous people of America where they're now coming into knowing who they are. When you guys get a chance, I want you to go take a look at some of go look at the hieroglyphics. Pull up pictures of hieroglyphics. Pull up pictures of what the goddesses actually look like, and pay attention in particular to their headdresses. It's time for me to bring things into perspective for you so you know exactly what you're looking at. So when you look at the goddess Isis, you'll notice that she has a beautiful headdress full of feathers. Okay? Isis is from the Americas. All the goddesses are from the Americas. All the gods are from the Americas. And anytime that they told you that they found a pharaoh or this, that, and the third, and they were taking their graves and displaying it for all the world to see, those guys came from the Americas. And I'm going to tell you something about that. These individuals that had taken the time out to go and steal, imitate, claim things that aren't theirs, let me go ahead and blow this shit out the water. First of all, the very first Romans that attacked Egypt were not white. Did you hear what I said?